Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Math 240 again. Today is the first day of our class. I know some students are not from UWC and you have logged into your D2L yet. So today, please log into D2L. Okay. If you are not UWC college online student, you take this class from another campus, you should have a student account and a password and to log into D2L. Let me show you where the D2L is. What you need to do, you can do uwc.edu, and you can see there's a D2L here. So you click D2L and you log in here. So you put your username and password and log into your course. You have to do that as quickly as possible. Once you log into a D2L, then you choose the course you take this semester. You're going to have a page like this. Okay, I will post this video into here as well. So previously, I posted a video here to introduce the course and the textbook information, everything. Today, I'm going to give you the continued introduction of the course and do the lesson 1. Okay, so after do that, the first very important thing you have to do as quickly as possible is finish proof of participation. Okay, so finish the proof of participation. Where the proof of participation is, you need to go to this page. You say this is a course page. I can log you, like view as a student. This is like when you log in, you get the exact same thing like me. You just click activities, discussions. Then you're going to be in a discussion area. So what you need to do, you just click proof of participation and start a new thread. So for example, I start a new thread here. This is slow. Okay, so you can say hi everyone. And then you put, I say welcome to Math 240. Okay. And then you post your proof of participation. What you need to do is just say introduce yourself and a little bit of what you want to learn from this class. Say for example, this is, I believe we are going to discuss laws of probability that needs to perform statistical analysis using several different methods of different statistical problems such as central limit theorem, variance distribution theory, and more. So this is how we're going to like how you introduce yourself and what you your idea, your thoughts about this class, like all your things. You can introduction yourself, like introduce yourself here. Okay. So now I need to finish that as quickly as possible. The next is you can click course content, and then you have the syllabus right here. Okay, and as I already told you, you have had a if you don't have the textbook, you can go to MyLabs Plus. They have e-textbook. You can also Google the statistics. Analysis. I think let me say the name. Probability and statistics. Okay, you can just search the name probability statistics and you Google it, and they have a PDF version online. You can, I think is not. You should be able to get this online, or you get it from your MyLabs Plus. Sometimes you can't get it from MyLabs Plus. I don't know. I just got it today. Like you can see your ebook. So what do you need to do next? You need to click MyLabs Plus and log into the MyLabs Plus software. You're going to see all your homework. Okay, your orientation, lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, and we'll have 15 lessons. Okay, so Also, you can view the course content here, the main course content. So course content of chapter 1, what we have here, and the second chapter, probability, third chapter. So all the chapters here. And so what you need to do, you need to read your textbook during this week, because your homework 1 will be due next Monday. So basically you need to read the first chapter. The first chapter is all statistics, like mean value, median. Let me see. It's statistics, mean value, standard deviation, variance, and stem and stem leaf plot, and range. Okay. I think I'm not going to explain that section by section again. I strongly recommend you read your textbook. You read your textbook or e-textbook. The textbook is like this. Okay, it's like this. If you buy a hard copy, it's If you buy a hard copy, I should show here. If you buy a hard copy, the textbook is like this. Okay, as I said, you can get a e-text from the MyLabs Plus. So you need to log into MyLabs Plus as quick as possible, because I'm going to show you how to do your work from MyLabs Plus. Okay, if you don't have your textbook, you can Google the textbook. You can get an e-text version. So once you log into MyLabs Plus, you can go to you click assignment. You're going to say that lesson 1 is going to due, orientation is due tomorrow. Okay, orientation is due very soon. Okay, so orientation is pretty simple. Okay, orientation is due tomorrow. And then you have lesson 1 is due it's due this Sunday. Okay, lesson 1 is due this Sunday, September the 11th. Although I have not given you a lot of work to do, like every week you only have 1 lesson, but you pay attention that you have a quiz. You have a quiz for every 3 lessons. Okay, you have a quiz for every 3 lessons, and so even you only have 1 lesson for 1 week, but there's 1 week you have more work to do. So you have a quiz for every 3 lessons. Okay, so let's go to lesson 1. What do you need to do? You need to read your textbook. You need to read your textbook and study the definitions and understand what the meaning of the meaning of the definitions, like mean value, standard deviation for the first chapter. Okay. So next, I'll show you how to use a software to do the work. Okay. So what you need to do? Click StatCrunch. Okay. Click StatCrunch. You visit the StatCrunch website, so click it, and you want to use a separate page. Then you can see it. Okay, and then you click back your assignment, and you click lesson 1. We're gonna finish. By the way, we're gonna finish all the standard deviation, variance, and all the it's called statistics, like a data, like how to say that, is the data analysis, or you call it basic statistics. Okay, let me say open StatCrunch. Okay, right here. It's called a summary of statistics. We're going to finish that in the first lesson. The second lesson is going to probability. So now I'll show you how to work how to work your homework, how to do it in the software. Okay, let's do it. So first one, you see, it says, according to the scientific journal, I can put here small one. Okay, you can see me here. According to a scientific journal, you have data, 20 pieces of data. So it asks you calculate the sample mean and median for sample values. What do you need to click that? You know how to find the mean value, right? You add all of them, you add all of them together and divide by 20. That's how you get a mean value. But I would like to show you how to use the software to do it as well. Because in the future, when you have a real problem, you're going to have more than maybe 1,000 data. There's no way you're going to use your handwriting or use your own calculator at one by one. You're going to make mistakes. So now I will show you how to use a software to do it. But you still have, before you use the software, you have to know how to do it manually. What's the meaning of each statistics definition, okay? So what you need to do, you click that, and you click the icon here, and click copy to clipboard, or you can open the Excel. You click open like clipboard, you copy it, and then you paste it. Control V to paste it. Wait. Okay. So you see, I pasted this data here. So first one is just the name of the data. You don't need it. If you have it, it does not affect your result. You can delete it by choose that one, choose the first row, and you click edit and rows, and delete the first one. Delete the first selected row. Delete this one because there's no data here. If you keep that one here, it doesn't affect your score. It's still okay. You can delete that one. Now you have all the data right here. You're asking for sample mean. Okay, so what you need to do, click summary statistics. You choose the first column, it's a variable 1, and just click compute. You will have your mean value. Okay. So 2073.05 is 3 decimals, so you round up 1 decimal to the front. And the sample mean is, median. The median is 20.485 is 3 decimals. And also compute 10% trimmed mean. The 10% trimmed mean, it means you will delete the 10% of the largest value and 10% of the smallest value. So it's kind of like cut off those 10%. Normally we would think those are extreme values. Sometimes if we cut off the 10%, the whole group of data were not affected by the outliers or extreme values. Okay. So now we need to find out 10% trimmed mean. What is the 10% trimmed mean? You have to get rid of the 10% of the largest, 10% of the smallest. If you look at the number, it's very hard for me to tell which one is the biggest one, which one is the smallest one. Okay. So now we have 20 data, and 10% of 20 is how many? Okay, 10% of 20 is 2 data. So basically we have to delete 2 largest and delete 2 smallest one. Okay, so now I have to sort this data and put it as from smallest one to the biggest one. How do I do that? You just need to click data and sort, S-O-R-T here. You click it and choose the variable 1, and you can choose descending or ascending. Ascending means from the smallest one to the biggest one. So now you have the data right here from smallest to biggest one. Now I need to get rid of 10% of 20, which means I need to get rid of 2 smallest one and 2 largest one. So I don't need those 2. Then I find the mean value of the rest of 16 data. So click summary and you choose the second column, the variable, this one again. You're going to have the mean value. The 10% trimmed mean value is 20.715. Okay, so now it asks you to find out now if you plot it. Okay, how to plot it? You still can use the software plot it. You can choose graph. You graph it, you choose dot plot. Okay, you choose dot plot. We don't want to choose a trimmed one. We choose the original data. Okay. You can mark the mean value, median, so you can play with it by yourself. But now we don't need that. But you can play with this data yourself later. Okay. So now we can check the data here. 18. You need the data at 18. So now you look at the data right here. Obviously A is wrong because it doesn't have 18, and B might be right, and it will have something at 24. D is wrong because the 18, there's a number, is a data here at 18, so there's no 18 here, there's no data. This one has 1, but after 23, we see there's a data after 23. This one after 23 doesn't have 1, so C is wrong, so the only answer we have is B. So you plot it and compare the answer with the graph picture here. And then, so using only the values of mean, median, and trimmed mean, do you have evidence of outliers in the data? Which means it asks you, does it have extreme values? For example, most of my numbers are 10, and you have a number which is 10,000, is too big, it's outlier, extreme values. So we want to know if this group have extreme values or not. So we can tell that the sample mean, sample median, and trimmed mean, they're all 20 point something, they're very close to each other, which means we don't have outlier. If we have extreme value, for example 1 million, then the mean value is not going to be that small, okay? So the outliers will affect the mean value, but not the median. The median is just the central one, the central place, right? The central position, the number. So it will not affect by the outlier, but the mean value will affected by the extreme values or outlier a lot. So all three are very close. So this means the mean value of sample is not influenced by the outlier. So we choose no. They're very close. It suggests the mean of the sample is not influenced. It says median. Okay. So as I said, the mean value will not. The mean value will be affected or influenced. Okay. The median is fine. Let me show you why. Why is like that? Why is the extreme value so sensitive to the mean value? For example, if I have a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 10,000. Okay, so now you can tell the mean value is what? The mean value, you add all those 5 together, is about 10,010 divided by 5 is going to be 2,000 something. Okay, 2,000 something at 5, 10, 2, I guess. Okay, divided by 5. Okay, so it's going to be, you check that, it might be wrong, but it's going to be at least 2,000, 2002 I think. Okay, 5, 10 divided by 5, so it's 2. So 2,000, yeah, 2002. So that's the mean. And the median is the middle number, or the middle two of you take an average. You read a textbook, find out the definition of mean and median, and you have to understand all the definition before you use the software. Okay, so median is what? Median is the middle number, so it's 3. Okay, now I have another group of number, for example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what happened? The mean value equals what? 1 plus 5, I think the mean value is just 3, and the median is also 3. You add all together, equals 3. So you can tell the median doesn't change because you are looking for the middle number. But the mean value change a lot because the outlier value, you add all of them together, it contains the extreme value information. So that will affect it. So that's why the mean value is not influenced or influenced by the outliers. Okay? So wait, I have not checked it yet. So next question, you can use a software to do the same thing. We just need to copy the number, copy the clipboard, copy it. Okay, and you see you have four results. If you don't want those results anymore, you can just open. Just give me an example. Wait a moment. So you can open new data in a table. So you will open a new one. It won't have those previous results anymore. So you can copy that and just copy those 2 results. As I said, you can delete those two. The first row for the name of the data, you can keep it there because it's not data, it will not recognize it. So what you need to do is do the stat and a summary of statistics. So it's columns. You choose 1, 2, and compute. It will give you the mean value 7.84, the mean value for the second one. Also, it gives a median for the first one, median for the second one, and you can plot it. Just do graph, and you dot plot, and both of them you plot it. And although it's different layers, but for this one you can check. They put it in the same layer if the same line, same level, but use different shapes. Just make sure that you can identify the difference between those two. But this one you have the same dot, and you still consider them as the same level. If you put in the same level, it's going to be very similar as this one as well. Okay, so it's you can read that. You can do that by yourself. It just says the company B is higher than the company A. You can see that it's way higher than the most of them. This is just the average of about. You can tell the average. The average of A is 7.8. The average of B or mean value is 10. So it's way higher than the B is way higher than A. So you can do that. Okay, I'll skip this one because it's pretty much the same. You can use the software to do that. The variance is the same. Well, I can show you a little bit, but I think you can do it by yourself. You can open a new data table. You always want, if you want to, you always can do that. Open a new data table, and you click it, and you copy clipboard. You copy it, Control C, and then Control V here. You have the data here. Now you just click Stat and Summary Statistics, and you choose the variance, right? Columns. Variable 1, variable 2, control, select both. You put a control, you can select both. You click one, you put a control, you press your control, you click both, you select both, and you compute. It automatically give you the mean value variance standard deviation, okay, median. So it has a variance 86.444, the second variance, the first standard deviation 9.27, the second standard deviation. You all have that, right? Okay. So number 6, it will be exactly the same thing, so I will not have to explain that again. Number 7 is very similar. You just copy that data into here, find a sample mean, ask you to do a sample standard deviation. You can do that by yourself for sure. Okay. It also give you more than that. It give you mean value, variance, standard deviation, standard error, median, range. Range is the maximum minus largest value minus smallest value. You have the range. Minimum, maximum, 15% first quantile, third quantile. You read your textbook, you find definition, understand why is that. This actually give you the result, okay? Like the definition of the meaning of each one. And also, you can play with that. Let me see. I want to see the result again. Okay, so you can also add it, like you want more result. You can go back to it, and you can choose more. For example, you want to choose more IQR summation, adjust the variance, and adjust the standard deviation. We're going to talk about that later if we have population. Unadjusted, it means population. Sample means adjusted. So this is a sample, the sample. If it's a population, you have to choose unadjusted variance or unadjusted standard deviation. Okay, I don't see any population number here. If it's a population mean, you have to choose unadjusted variance, unadjusted standard deviation. Okay. All right, 7 is fine. Number 8. Okay, so I only give you one of them. You finish the rest. You see, you can see that I have all of this wrong, but I didn't, because I didn't compute it. I know how to compute it, and you just do that by yourself later. Now I show you how to do. One on each. You see, this is right, this is right, the rest of them you can just repeat the same thing. Okay, I'll show you a brand new example. So it asks you to plot stem and leaf. Stem and leaf graph is very useful for a small group of data. Okay, it basically gives you a very simplified and very straightforward graph to show you the data structure. But if you have 10 million, if you have like, for example, 10,000 data, you will not want to use a stem and leaf. But it's very useful for a group of data which is like smaller than 100 data, maybe 30 data, well, maybe 30 data, 50. So it's a small group of data, okay, not big, not 10,000 is a lot. So let's work on this one. If you want to use the same StatCrunch, you can do that as well. You just choose that and Control X, you cut it, and it goes away. So now what you need to do, you just click this one, click the icon, and copy it to clipboard, and Control C, copy it, and Control V to paste it, and you have all the data right here. So it asks you stem and leaf. What you need to do, you need to choose graph and stem and leaf. You see that? And you choose the variable compute. Okay. So the stem and leaf, the first is a stem, 0. Okay. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. The 5 and 6 goes to 7 as well. So what do you need to after 0? 0.1, 0.2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 7. Okay, you put all the numbers, the leaves, under the same 0. Okay, this actually put like a divided a little more. But if you see that is stem, you only have 6, 7 stem. You put all of them under 0. You don't have so many rows. So 1, you put 1, 2, 4, 4, 5, 8, and 2. After 2, you have 4, 5, 5. So 4, 5, 5. 3, you have 1, 2, 8. 4, you have 5, 7, 7. 5, you have 8, 8, 9. 5.8, 5.8, 5.9. That's basically what it means. Okay. 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, 6.5. Okay, that's how you have the stem and leaf. Frequency, you count how many leaves it has. Okay. You count how many leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So first one have 8 leaves. So frequency is 8. The second one is 6. You have 6 leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 6. This is 3, and this is 3, and 3, and 3, and 4. Okay. So next one, it asks you for the frequency of each. So you can choose. You can see this is from 0.1, 0.7. So between 0 to 0.9, your frequency is 8. You just need to copy that frequency down to here. And then from 1 to 2, this is the 1.2, 1.2, 1.8. This second row is the one between 1 to 2. So you have 6 frequencies. So just copy all the numbers down to here. I'll be fine. Okay. So 8, 6, 3, 3, all 3, and 3, and 4. Okay. Relative frequency is called relative ratio. You have to use the frequency divided by the total frequency. It gives you relative frequency. So 8 divided by the total frequency. What's the total frequency? From problem it tells you 30 similar. 30 data here. So the total frequency, you add all of them together equals 30. So the relative frequency is 8 divided by 30. Okay. But I think it asks you to round to 3 decimals. So you have to do 8 divided by 30. Calculator is 3 divided by, sorry, my bad. I have to do 8. 8 divided by 30. And you click equal, it gives you 0.266. It's 3 decimals, so it's 0.267. You do the rest by yourself. 6 divided by 30. I think it's 0.2. Okay. So finish the rest by yourself, all the rest by yourself. I need to show you the answer right, but this rest I just put 1, 1, 1, but it's not 1, 1. You know that, okay? You can finish that by yourself. It's the same idea. Okay, I just show you the previous all right. Okay, you see all of this are right. It's just this one I didn't do that again. You basically know how to do it now. The sample mean, again, the sample mean you just need to do. You can just need to do the summary stats again, select the column and choose compute. You're going to have the sample mean. Okay, sample mean is 2.84. 3 decimals, 3. Now you have the sample mean. And the sample range is given. Use the largest, subtract the smallest one. So you get the 6.4. Well, you can check that yourself. Use you manually do that yourself. Standard deviation, you copy those. It give you standard deviation 2.255, 4 decimals. So you need to round 6 to 1. Okay, so basically have everything here. Now, number 10 is pretty much exactly the same thing. You zero this one. It actually tells you it's from 0 to 4. So 0.1. Oh no, it's not 0. It's just 2. 2, 3, 4. You see from 0 to 4. 5 to 9 is the second one. Okay. 5 to 9 put here, and 1 is 10, 11. If from 0 to 4 again, leaves from 0 to 4, leaves from 5 to 9. So basically, it's the same leaves you have from previous one. So yeah, you can see here the leaves here from 0 to 4, 5 to 9, 0 to 4, 5 to 9. So just basically copy that and count how many leaves it has at the frequency. And relative frequency, use the frequency divided by total frequency. Okay, that's how you're going to do the lesson 1. I would like you to do a lot of practice yourself, and especially read your textbook yourself. And the first chapter is kind of like a way of, actually the first chapter is easy, but it's very important. Because in the future, when you go to work, and you're going to make a report, you can tell your company, you're going to make a report, the mean value of the your sales profit, or you have to do the standard deviation. You make a plot. You can give a very basic statistics and analysis report. That's why I made still contains the basic statistics summary in the first chapter. The second chapter we're going to do the probabilities and distribution. Let me see. Okay. The second one is going to be probabilities. We're going to have probability of event, conditional probability, bias rule, bias rule, and then a third one is random variable and probability distributions. So please finish the first homework as quick as possible, and then I will give you videos for each lesson for sure. If you need any additional help, you would like me to give you more details, or what you specifically want me to provide in my video, just let me know. I can do that as well. So just send me an email if you have any questions, or if you have any suggestions, and I can always do that in the video as well. Thank you very much, and just let me know if you have any questions. Okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.